Well, if you're a crappie angler, you may typically wait until April to hit the water for those freshwater fish. But I do have some good news for all you anglers floundering to get your fishing rods out early. To tell us more about the pre-spawn period for crappie is Scenic City Fishing's Richard Sims. Now, Richard, you are a proponent of this pre-spawn crappie fishing. What is this exactly, and why start going out for these fish early rather than in April?
Yeah, well, I mean, fish, all species of fish have different habits at different times of the year. And, you know, they've been in their wintertime mode where they've kind of been out in deeper water and moving slow, not always feeding a whole lot, you know, but it gets closer to time for them to spawn, they're getting a lot more active, and they're out there looking for bait and food, trying to fatten up and getting ready for the time when it's time to make little crappie.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the best times to fish around here, is when they're out there feeding heavily and looking for bait, which can be your lures.
So is that right now? When is the perfect time for people to get out there now, or should they wait maybe a week or two? When's that prime time?
It really is, and it varies every year based upon the Tennessee River water levels and the weather, and a lot of times the great fishing will begin in February.
Wow.
And, you know, but just from the reports I've been receiving and the time I've been out, it was kind of slow. We went through a real slow period, but just in the last 4 or 5 days, I'm hearing great reports from people out there catching a lot of fish.
Well, that is some good news. Now, people wanting to get out there on the water, do you have any spots that you would recommend that are good places to find these types of fish?
I mean, you know, there's crappie anywhere in the Tennessee River. The areas I like to fish a whole lot, of course, are Harrison Bay, Wolf Teaver Creek, Chester Frost Park area. Technically, it's called Dallas Bay, is a great area, but really any of the creeks up and down the river, Soddy Creek, Sail Creek, Possum Creek, you know, this is where those crappie are moving towards right now, because they're going to move back into the creeks and shallow water to spawn, and they're starting to make that move. It's almost like salmon migrating upstream.
Yeah. My last quick question for you. Can you eat crappie? Is this a delicious dinner, or is this a throwback?
Around here, most people consider crappie the best eating fish we have in the river. You know, there's walleye and sauger in some places, but they're hard to catch, uncommon to catch. As far as the fish that are easy to catch and great to put in the freezer, crappie is the best there is.
All right, awesome. Well, if you are looking for an activity or perhaps even a really good dinner, as you've heard from Richard, now is the time to get out there and start that crappie fishing. Thank you so much for joining us, Richard.
Sure, thank you.